Hi guys, really sorry to interrupt the exam vlog. I just wanted to make a very quick announcement. So you may or may not know, before I did medicine, I actually trained to be a science teacher, and recently I've decided to get back into teaching in the form of online tutoring. So I am now offering tutoring online. I thought I'd mention on here in case anyone is currently looking for a GCSE or an A-level tutor. If that is the case, I will leave my email below for you to get in contact. You are also welcome to message me on my Instagram page if you have any questions about how it would all work. I just thought I'd put it out there in case anyone is currently looking for a tutor or knows someone looking for a tutor. And that's all I wanted to say. So back to exam week, Lydia. Good morning, it's Monday. It's the start of exam week. This week we have 3 exams. They are all formative, and that means they don't count. If the worst happens and I fail, nothing bad will happen. These are, however, my first in-person exams since 2018. There was a lot of hoo-ha in our uni about whether or not to do exams in person or online. It ended up in the news because people were kicking off, basically. Like, there was a student vote against it. The uni still went with the decision to have in-person exams, and our med school, like, separately from that, were like, the main reason we want you to sit these formative exams is to get used to sitting exams in person. They said, we're testing you on the content secondary to you getting to practice sitting the exams. I kind of understand where they're coming from. Obviously, it would be quite scary in the summer to sit our real summative exams and never have sat an in-person paper. So I'm gonna be grateful for this experience as best I can, even though I hate exams, but here we are. There's 3 exams. Today is the written paper, tomorrow is the multiple choice question paper, and Wednesday is the anatomy paper. And all of our exams are on everything we covered in the first semester of second year, which is the renal system and the nervous system. I'm gonna pack my bag now because I've got to catch the bus to the hospital. The bus is now 20 minutes late. Stay tuned to see if I actually make the exam on time. It's done. How did you find it?
I don't know. It's like I've come out and I'm like, I don't really know what I've done. I haven't written an exam in 4 years, so I guess.
No, exactly.
I tried my hardest.
When was your last exam? Like, what was it?
My GCSE. Oh, it wasn't too bad if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I would agree.
I feel like I'm having 50-50 vibes.
Yeah, I don't think I've done like really
Amazing.
well.
No.
I think
Like
I've done
half
okay.
of the stuff I knew.
Yeah.
Maybe a third of it was like, I know something, but not all of it. And then there was like a good chunk of it that I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay. I've lost my group. I'm going to find the bus gang. How'd it go? You don't want to talk about it.
That was bad. I'm not gonna lie.
I do apologise if this vlog is a bit chaotic. I'm finding it hard to remember to pick up the camera. I think because I'm just very preoccupied with the exam stuff. I don't think I really spoke about the exam after I came out, but it was okay. I'd say it was 50-50 for questions that I was like kind of able to answer, and then questions that I wasn't really sure on. There were a few questions that came up I wasn't expecting, and they also put more of our renal module in the paper than I was expecting, because our renal module was a lot shorter than our nervous system module, but that threw me a little bit. I definitely think it went better than I thought it was going to, so that's something. And I feel like I'm feeling good now because I feel like that was the paper I was most stressed about, and tomorrow is multiple choice, so I have a 20% chance of getting every answer right, even if I don't know the answer, so that's nice. So what have I done this afternoon? I've been to the gym. I went and did one of my workouts from the Beyond app. I'm following Megan Grubb's app at the moment, which is called Beyond, and I'm basically just doing one of the 8-week plans on there. So I'm trying to stick to it even though it is exam week, and I really did not want to go to the gym after the exam, but I'm proud of myself for going. I've had some lunch, carbonara, it was very nice, and now I'm going to treat myself to an episode of Euphoria because the new episode came out yesterday. I do want to do a bit of revision for tomorrow's exam, but I also would like to have a break first, so I'm going to treat myself to doing that now. I'm absolutely devastated. I've just realised I left my brand new Chili's mug in the exam room. I'm going back to the same exam room tomorrow, so fingers crossed it will still be there. I don't even know who to email because I don't really want to email the lecturers. I don't know how to get in contact with the exam invigilators. I'm just upset. That's just so me though to leave it behind. I was in such a rush to get out of the exam room, I just didn't pick it up. I guess that means no coffee takeaway for me tomorrow in the morning. Very upsetting. really hungry today, I don't know why. I fancy a slice of toast. So the time has come for me to do some more revision. I am just gonna do the Anki cards that I've got due today, and then I think I'm going to revise our sociology lectures, just because there was no sociology or psychology on today's exam, and I feel like there's gonna be some tomorrow. Not to toot my own horn, but I am so proud with how I've been consistent with Anki at the moment. Like, looking at my flashcards, look at this last week. If you go on my heat map, we're doing like 400 cards, 300 cards, 300, like, I don't know how I'm doing it. I never used to do that many in a day. I've been consistent this week. I'm on a streak of like 8 days. So here's all my cards that are due today. I'm gonna do those now. So apparently we need a pencil for this exam, and I've just spent, no joke, 15 minutes looking for one in a panic, and there was one in my bag the whole time. I did not sleep well last night, but we moved. I'm also hoping the bus doesn't get cancelled this morning. That was very stressful. I know a lot of people ended up getting Ubers to the exam, but I stuck it out and waited for the bus, and luckily I still had 10 minutes when I got there, so that was fine. But yeah, exam number 2. Before 28. How are you feeling?
You know, the answer is in front of you, so you just got to pick the right one.
We are waiting outside the exam room. I've had to take my coat off because I'm sweating. I'm just glad I've got here on time today, to be honest, because yesterday was very stressful. Distancing.
What, around 30?
I don't know.
That's not bad.
It could go either way. It could be
like 40 or what?
40 or 20, like really depending on all my guesses and whether or not. Yeah. Because there's sometimes. Yeah. Well, that could have gone better.
It's not. 9 would have been if all of them were perfect. The most. To be fair, it could be 7 because mumbling could be 2 minor. I don't know.
I don't know. I put 7 because it was in the middle. I have been to the shop for some bits. What did I get that was interesting? I got some raspberries that I'm going to freeze because I like putting raspberries in my smoothies. I got my favourite protein bagels. These are my favourite lunches at the moment. I like them with banana and peanut butter, but also chicken and avocado. Either or. Chef's kiss. Why do you fill me up? Buttercup, babe. Why let me still? I need you. Obviously, and most importantly, I picked up some chocolate croissants to take with me to the library for the last evening of revision. Multiple choice exam is done. I think it wasn't as good as yesterday. I think I was expecting it to be easier than it was. It was 50 questions. It was a 70-minute paper, and for each multiple choice question you get 5 options, so you have a 20% chance of guessing it correctly. I opened the paper and the first 5 questions I really struggled with, and I think that threw me a lot. I started to panic a little bit, and then I thought, no, rein it in. And then I just came to a question that I knew, and I was like, yes, that's the one. And I was like, right, I can do this. And I like refocused, pulled it back together. It's made me realise just how much work I have to do for the summer. Plan now, eat some lunch. I'm gonna have beans on toast. And then I am going to go to the library to revise for my final formative exam, which is anatomy. And that's obviously gonna be a little bit different because it's in the lab with the cadavers. It's not a written paper. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So this evening I really do wanna revise and like, just make sure I've got some idea of the renal system and the nervous system. But yeah, 2 down, 1 to go. So before I head to the library, I've actually just had a very exciting package delivered. This isn't an ad, it is gifted though. So I was contacted by a brand called OcuShield, and they asked if they could send me one of their anti-blue light screen protectors. I know that they do screen protectors for your phones, they do them for your laptops, and they do them for iPads as well. I asked if I could have one for my MacBook because at the moment especially I'm spending a lot of time staring at my laptop. Also, I know a lot of computers and phones these days have night mode, which does have like a blue light blocking filter, but apparently these screen protectors don't give your screen the like yellowy orange tint that those modes on your laptop do. So I guess if that's something that annoys you but you still want to block out the blue light, that is another reason to potentially invest in one of these screen protectors. Okay, that was quite easy to get on the screen. There is a couple of air bubbles in the little stickers, but that is probably just me not being very good at applying them. But yeah, there's no yellow tint. That's my new blue light blocking screen cover. I will link OcuShield in the description if you're interested. Quick change of plan. I can't go to the library yet because I'm waiting for a man to come and look at our boiler. So while I wait for him to get here, I'm gonna get on with the anatomy flashcards that I've got due today.
I don't know why you love that summer rain in mid-July.
What can happen if the middle meningeal artery is torn?
Well, that sounds bad. Bleed on the brain or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hematoma.
An extra... Oh my god, an extradural hematoma!
Oh, yes, I know more than Lydia!
Ah, that was good.
God, I know more than...
You just watched one episode of Grey's Anatomy where they're like, hematoma! You're cleverer than me. Job of arachnoid granulation.
Oh, I know this.
I think
Spiders.
it's something to do with CF.
Spiders.
I don't know why you love that summer rain in mid-July, mid-July. My last name.
At the library, I got hold of an anatomy textbook, but I couldn't find a single atlas, probably because everyone in my year had had the same idea as me.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
I spent some time doing more flashcards, and then I moved on to doing some quizzes that the uni had provided.
Mid-July. My last name fits you better. When I'm with you, there's no pressure. I miss your worn-out sweaters. Weather couldn't compromise. I finished off with some summary posters and a few Geeky Medics videos to refresh my memory on the blood supply to the brain. You can function. I gotta tell you all my secrets, and you know that just ain't easy for me. Oh baby, won't you come to my town? Last time around you ain't come to my house. Stay for a while, me, my mama and my family. We'll see. Good morning! It is time for the final exam. I am so happy that I am almost free. Today is our anatomy practical. I've had a bit more time this morning because our exam is at 12 instead of 10 because they've had to stagger our year group, so there's like 30 of us every hour going into the lab. So yeah, I have to be at the hospital for 12. This morning I did some Anki that was due, but I only did the anatomy flashcards. Really the only other thing I've done is I've made this cranial nerve summary sheet, and basically I went through and tried to do it from memory. So I've done the number, the name, where the nerve exits, the modality, so if it's sensory, motor, or whatever else, and the function. And then, so anything in dark blue is what I could do from memory, and then the green is what I didn't remember. So as you can see, I'm definitely not there yet with remembering everything, but hopefully that will have jogged my memory for some of the bits about the cranial nerves. Other than that, I'm feeling quite relaxed because with this anatomy exam, we're actually marking it ourselves on Friday, so it doesn't seem as scary knowing that I'm gonna mark my own paper. The only thing I'm worried about is I haven't looked at the renal system. I've just completely ignored it. If there's any renal anatomy, I've
don't know what's gonna happen. I think I forgot to mention yesterday, but on Monday, the first exam, I lost my Chili's mug because I'm an idiot and I just left it in the exam room. But yesterday, when I went back in there for the second exam, it was on the floor still, so got my Chili's mug back. I thought I was going to be in big trouble with Jack because he did get me that for Christmas. But lesson learned, I need to make sure to double check I've got all my stuff when I leave an exam. So it is now 11:05. I need to catch the bus in 15 minutes. So I'm going to have a smoothie for breakfast again. I've been loving smoothies, I don't know if you've noticed, but my mum got me a smoothie maker thing for Christmas, so obviously smoothies are in right now. My lab coat is very creased, but we don't have time to do anything about that. We got this, guys. We're done! Oh, don't show anyone your answers.
You know what, I think I'll be done. I heard it's alright.
Malika recruiting people to switch, now we're done.
Everyone come to switch!
We are free from exams! Well. We are done with anatomy. I actually kind of enjoyed it in a weird way because it was like a game show where the buzzer goes.
It was very fast. It was like buzzer goes.
So fast. Like you have a minute to answer 2 questions and identify 2 structures, and like that's not very long. Like I started to panic a little bit at one point because I was like, oh my god, I need to move on. But I was like,
only getting like 1 out of the 2, and then the buzzer would go, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't done
yeah, because Malika was next to me and her feet were like shuffling really slowly away from the station.
I was like, wait.
I don't know how we've done. We'll find out on Friday how we've done.
Next week, Friday, isn't it?
No, it's this Friday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
10 AM on Friday.
Oh, I thought it was next week.
Anyway, now we can relax.
Because you have your one, I was like, oh maybe.
How did you find the exam?
It was okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you think you did overall?
Oh, the written was horrific. Yeah.
It's done now.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Just thought I would quickly update you on how I found the exam. I think I kind of spoke about it after the exam. So we had 40 questions to answer in 20 minutes. It just goes really quickly. So you had like the cadaver with a little red flag in it, and it would be like identify structure A or identify a nerve that innervates structure A. A minute or 30 seconds to do that is not very long. I've got my answer sheet here. I don't know if I should let me just put you there. So we're actually marking our anatomy papers on Friday at uni, so they're letting us mark them in person. This wouldn't be allowed in a summative exam, but because it's a formative exam, they don't mind us like seeing, like marking our own papers. But yeah, here's my answer sheet. It could have gone like better. I think under the pressure I really panic and I second guess myself a lot, so there were some answers where I just thought I knew it and then I would like want to change my answer. But I genuinely think in those situations when you feel like you want to change your answer, I think it's best just to stick with your gut and like stick with your original answer. But the thing that surprised me the most is there was only 1 station out of 20 on the renal system, so most of it was the nervous system. There was a lot of brains and cranial nerves and things like that, which made sense because we only had 1 anatomy session for renal and then we had like 4 or 5 for the nervous system, so the majority of what we've learnt this term has been neuroanatomy. I don't know how it went. I think there's definitely some I've got wrong because I wrote optic nerve for an answer like 3 times and I just don't think optic nerve would be coming up 3 times in one paper. But I'm really glad that they let us do that one in person actually, because in the summer when it is a summative exam and it actually counts doing that practical, that's going to be really scary. Anyway, I'm going to make some lunch now. Obviously I'm free from exams now. This evening there is a night out happening, I think. I'm going to go, but unfortunately, annoyingly, I have to go to work first. I'm working at the pub 5 till 10. So I'm going to go to work and then I'm going to go out straight from work, so I'm just going to take a change of clothes with me to work, I think. I know some people are probably going to the pub now, but it's fine. I'm going to pace myself, I'm going to go earn some money and then go out and enjoy myself. We have 4 days off. We've got Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and then we start our new module, which is GI, so gastrointestinal, I can't even say it. Gastrointestinal module, which is a 4-week module. That's semester 1. done. Also, I need to show you something. Jack got me a present for doing my exams because I work so hard apparently. He got me some pink gin. How cute is that? But don't worry, Mum and Dad, I won't be drinking all of that tonight. It was a very sleepy midweek shift at the pub, which meant my 5-hour shift felt like 8 hours. The most exciting part of the night had to be the bit where I nearly smashed an entire tray of glasses. Oh no! Finally, at 10, I clocked out and headed to the Palace of Dreams, aka Jester's, to celebrate the end of a very intense few weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed following my exam week. Make sure to like this video if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!